Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you a hair tutorial on how I do my slick back middle part into a bun. I'm going to show you the products I use and the hair tools I use, I guess. So what I just did is I just brushed my hair back, make sure there's no knots, nice and smooth. So prior to this, after I showered, I didn't put any product in my hair. So for those of you who are not showering before you do a bun, you want to make sure that your hair is not like sopping wet, but damp. You want it to be a damp consistency in order to get that slick look that you want. So then I'm going in with a fine tooth comb and I'm going to make the middle part. I like basically line it up with my nose, go straight back. And then I use the comb to separate it to make sure that the line is straight. Then I take the comb, I brush all through the hair. And then the next step that I do is I add the gel. The best gel for slicking, at least I think, is any kind of eco gel. I use the red one, but any color or whatever is the best for slicking. So I take a decent amount, put it through my hands. I get in the roots all the way back, and then I take it and I go through the front too, all the way by my ears. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Then I go back again for some more, not as much as the first time, and then I go underneath to get all of the baby hairs underneath. Okay, I always have a towel so I can wipe my hands off. Then I go in with hairspray. Any kind of hairspray is good as long as it's not the spritz. It's actually like a hairspray. I get the ones that like are in like a decent bottle. This also, Tresemme, is a really good brand and it's cheaper. But what I do is I shake, I spray it in my hands, like a decent amount, like so it makes a puddle. Rub it through my hands, and I do the same thing. Do the same thing for the bottom. The reason why I like doing it, spraying it in my hands, is so that it's evenly distributed, because sometimes if you spray it, you get streaks. Okay. You don't have to use 2 hair ties. I always use 2 hair ties when I put my hair into a pony. So this is the first brush that I use. The bristles are closer together and they're stronger than the one that I'm going to use afterwards. This is going to get all of the bumps out and make it look nice and slick. So I always just put my hair up to where I want it, and then you're using this to slick it where you want the hair to go. So you're just slicking it all the way back. I do all underneath. This way it gets all the baby hairs nice and slick. I always do the sides first, and then I go into the back. Do the underneath. Then I'm going to go into the back. This part is like probably the longest part to do because we don't want any bumps and you want all the hair to go the same way. All right, I'm going to pause this and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, once I'm done using this brush, I go in with this brush. This is to smooth out all the rough edges, right? So the first brush was to get all of the bumps out and get the hair in the direction you want it to go. This one is to make it that slick look. The first brush I got from Sally's. It was like 12 bucks. And the brush that I'm using now, I actually got at a hair store in Hamden. It was $1. So And I've had this brush for years. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to tie it around nice and tight. I usually do 4 times, depends on the thickness of your hair. Okay, so it's actually a good hair day. Usually what I do is, if it's not as slick as I want it, I let it sit. I spray some water on it afterwards and I re-slick it again. But now that it's pretty decently slicked, you could see there, the back is slick too. What I do next is I take the hairspray again, just like an overlay. Get all those baby hairs out of the way. And then next what I do is brush out the excess of the pony. Make sure it's not too wet. Now the bun that I'm doing today is not like a competition bun. I'm just using a hair tie. But Janet wants us to do a, you know, normal bun, as I would call it, not the ones that you have the, you know, 2 different strands, the cinnamon buns she calls them. You want it more of just a normal bun, what we all think of as a bun, right? So slick that, right? Going to twist. Sometimes it takes me a long time because my hair creases. Keep twisting, wrap it underneath, keep twisting. So it would look like this. So now when you bobby pin it, you would bobby pin, you know, one here, one underneath, one on the side, and then one on the end. Here you would probably put the hairnet in. And then a few more bobby pins. But this is the slick, and then the bun. If you have layers and the hair sometimes sticks out, maybe you could put some gel in your hands or some hairspray on the pony before you twist it, and it will stay together. But yeah, so what I used is, this is really old, so don't mind the dirtiness. Ion, this hard bristle brush. I use this. I don't even know the name of the store I got it. In Hamden, any really hair store. It's $1. And then I use Eco Gel, any of them, and the hairspray. Make sure it's the hairspray and not the spritz.